Hi, welcome. I am Enrique Verdugo, the owner of Orion Applied Technology, a company that provides video production and internet streaming solutions for churches, schools, and in fact, any organization that requires to increase their online presence using video. Today, I have with me the Lumens VC-A70H. This was the first PDZ camera on ultra-high definition. I invite you to review with me the features of this camera step by step in practical example. Let's start. At the front of the camera, we can see power LED, standby LED, and also this little LED which is a tally light, which indicates when the camera is being used by the switcher. The back of the camera we see DC power socket, HD base T socket, an infrared switch, output switch, camera address selector switch, RS232 in and out, RS422, plus the HDMI output and the infrared receiver. There is another switch at the bottom of the camera which is the system switch. Here. The settings of this switch affect the communication and the remote control as per this table. We are going to start the process of setting up this camera to be powered up. We will follow the table displayed on the screen to adjust the resolution that we need. In this case, we will try the maximum resolution, 4K, with 29.97p, by leaving all the switches at the high position. As we can see here, we have all the deep switches into the high position. We are going to set up as well the IR switch into position number 1. System switch, which is underneath the camera, is left at the default position with all the switches on low. We are now ready to power up the camera by plugging in the DC power. Immediately, we see the camera starting the booting process, and in a few seconds it will be ready to be used. Since we have the infrared set to position 1 on this camera, we press number 1 at the remote control, and then we can control the camera by using the arrows as you can see here. This remote is able to control up to 3 cameras by setting up the corresponding ID switch of the infrared of the camera. If 3 or more cameras have the same infrared ID, then all of them will be controlled simultaneously. Let's connect now our camera into a computer by using a Blackmagic Mini Recorder 4K capture card. We are also going to use Blackmagic Media Express utility to display the images as we can see it on the right screen here. Let's plug the HDMI cable into the camera, and then on Media Express under Log and Capture tab, we will see the displayed video. You will be able to see the resolution detected at the bottom left of Media Express window. We can also change the resolution of the camera on the fly. For example, if we want to have 1920 by 1080 50p, then we set up this switch 1 and 2 to low, 3 and 4 to high. Media Express will detect it and pick up the new resolution immediately. You will be able to verify the new resolution at the bottom left of Media Express window. We can control the camera obviously with this new resolution. Let's set up some presets now into this camera. Let's capture one of these pictures that we see on the wall. Okay, we will save that view into preset 1. We press and hold preset and then press number 1. Let's change it now into a different position. We are going to save the new view into preset number 2. Now we can operate the cameras using presets. We can call up preset 1 by pressing number 1, and the camera moves to required view. We press number 2 and the camera moves to preset number 2. One of the interesting features of this camera is the motionless function. That means the image will freeze while the camera reaches the preset. Let's program this feature by calling up Menu. We go to System, then Motionless Preset. We turn it on, and then we exit the menu. Now, if I go to preset number 1, then preset number 2, we can see the camera does not show the motion as the image is frozen. To remove the feature, we go again into Menu, System, Motionless Preset, and we turn it off. We check the presets again, and we now see the camera movements. How do we erase a preset? Let's erase preset number 2. Press and hold Reset button, and then press 2. If we check preset number 1, it is still okay. But if we call up number 2, this is set to the default position, which is the middle facing forward. That means it has been reset. Let's review some other features of the remote control. If we press the picture button, the image will display black and white. Press it again, and it gets back to normal. If we press freeze, it will freeze the image. If we move it here, the camera moves, but the image does not change. If we press it again, it comes back to normal. Let's record preset number 1. If we press mirror button, it will give us the possibility to mirror or invert the image by pressing each time to find the right setting for your needs. If we press the info button, it will give us the settings that are currently used by the camera. Press it again, and we clear the screen. With left and right button, we can change the direction of the panning. This is required if we have the camera hanging up upside down from the ceiling. With this view, we are going to demonstrate the effect of autofocus and manual focus. If we have a situation where there are objects in different planes, then you can choose where to focus by using manual focus. In this case, the focus is on the wall. If we press near, the focus will be on the light. Then we press Far to focus back on the wall. On this view, we are going to demonstrate backlight compensation feature. We have the flowers, and because they have backlight from the window, they look dark. If we press backlight, we can see more details on them, despite of the light. Let's review some of the features we can get from the camera menu itself. If we press Menu, we press Enter to access exposure and mode. We can change it from full to auto bright, shutter priority, iris priority, and manual. We press Menu to return. We go now for exposure compensation on or off. We can set up the exposure compensation level. This is an interesting feature, the spotlight. Let's turn it on, and then we adjust the spotlight position. The position of the spotlight, which maps to the image, can be changed with the arrows, and we can move it anywhere. Depending on how bright or dark is the image on that position, it will adjust the light of the image accordingly. If we go for a dark area, it's going to make it brighter. On that area that matches with the clear wall, it makes it darker. This is an interesting feature that you don't always find on these kind of cameras. These other menu items, which are disabled from the menu, will be active if you select manual mode. We can adjust the gain limit as required. Finally, we have wide dynamic range that has 3 levels a part of the off mode. We can go for white balance from auto to several types of light that we need to match it with the one used on our recording area. We have full control of the picture as well. In effect, we can have black and white or color. We can adjust the sharpness, noise reduction, saturation, hue, and gamma. We can also adjust the pan and tilt limits by setting up the maximum travel for the right, left, up, and down. We can set up also the pan and tilt speed. Or if we can adjust the speed when using presets between 150, 250, and 300 degrees per second, which is a very fast positioning. With digital effect, we can mirror and flip the image. With autofocus, we can adjust the sensitivity and speed of the focusing. Within system, we have prompt on off, infrared receive on or off if we don't want to use the remote control. Control device, we can leave it as per the encoder or the controller. We have already seen the effect of motionless preset. Low latency on to reduce the video delay due to camera processing. This command needs to be used carefully as it has two side effects. Let's change to low latency on. Camera goes black and then returns with the required settings. With low latency on, as you can see on this shooting, there is a very noticeable distortion on the edges of the frame. They are not straight anymore. This effect is more noticeable close to the edges of the video frame. This effect is called barrel distortion. The second effect shows up on the menu. If we go for menu, system, you are not able to use digital zoom as it is disabled. Let's change now to low latency off. Again, camera will go to black and come back with low latency off. Now the picture looks okay and the edges of the frame are straight. There is no barrel distortion, and also, if we go to menu, system, the digital zoom is now enabled. Tele mode, off, low or high. This refers to the intensity of the tele light. It turns on when the camera is being selected by the video switcher. Since this light is controlled by a serial command, we won't be able to test on this review. Protocol, VC-A or Pelco-D. It depends on the controller and the number of cameras to be controlled. VC-A allows you for 7 cameras, and for more you have to use Pelco-D. Output mode sets the video resolution. If you make a change here, the new resolution will last only until the camera reboots, as it will take the resolution set on the output switch. Digital output, YUV or RGB, pending on the requirement of the capture card or other device connected to the camera. Finally, factory reset to restore the camera to the original settings. We will review now some shootings of the camera outdoors. All the recordings were done at a resolution of 1080p50, not at 4K due to limitation on my testing system. These shootings were done with exposure mode full auto. hope this video has been useful for you. Our next video will integrate this camera with the Lumens joystick VC-A70H. And also we will make use of the HD-based receiver to use only one connection cable to connect and control the camera for up to 100 meters. Orion Applied Technology represents Lumens, PTZ Optics, and several other brands that manufacture hardware to make things easier for you. If you have questions with any of our products, talk to us. We provide full technical support for all our products. We also design and build custom-made video production system, fully installed or do it yourself with full warranty, training, and technical support. We also offer streaming services for your special event, weddings, school play, or any event that you want to share to a close group or to the world. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. For more videos, connect to our Facebook page below. I will see you next time with another interesting product. Bye for now.